All right. So um
Hello, sir. I still can't hear you. I don't know. I still can't hear you. My network should be good.
wow. And I can hear
Okay,
you
I can hear
clearly.
you now. I can hear you now. I
Yes,
can hear you now. I think maybe you've not been talking before.
I have actually. I have.
Okay. Let me turn
Can
off my
you
mic
hear me
and
now?
then see if I will continue. I can hear you clearly now, sir.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Sorry, just a moment to get this set up. All right, so let's get started. Now, I said that we talked about building a project with Figma, understanding how to use Figma links, Figma projects, to designing and developing what it is you see on the Figma design. So that's what we talked about in our last class. And from this portfolio design, we've been able to work on the Nava, although we've not completed it. We just worked on the logo, and then we also worked on the links. The next thing that we're working on now is going to be this download CV button. You understand? So we'll be working on this download CV button. Now, I'm going to be giving us a lot of time to write codes, ask questions, because it's an online class. You will definitely need to ask questions. So once I'm done with every topic or probably a particular place, I'm going to ask questions just to know if everybody is following. So that's very important. Please, if you know that you have any issues at all, any questions that you want to ask, just kindly draw me back so that I'll be able to explain it again. All right. So now we've worked on the logo, like I said. We've also worked on the links. The next thing I'll be working on now is the download CV button. So I'm just going to go ahead and go live on that project. So just to see what we've done so far. So now this is what we've done so far. So we've worked on the game, we worked on the logo, we worked on the links. The next thing to work on now is going to be this download CV button. Now, looking at this download CV button, you need to first of all note that there's just a lot in this download CV button that you need to put into consideration. Now, looking at it, you can see that it has like a purple border around it. And not only that, it is also curved, right? The borders are curved. Now, the text inside are white, and apart from that, they are well aligned. You understand? So for us to get this, first of all, we need to make sure that the objects inside of this container are what are aligned. That's the download button and this download CV. They are all aligned. Now, for us to do that, all you have to do is use your flex property. I told you your flex property is definitely going to help you align all of these things. So you have to use your flex property. Now, how do you do that? You're going to look for the div that is housing these two elements. That's the download button and the download CV text. So you're going to look for that div. Now, if you come here, we should be able to see the div. The div is your BTNs div. And your BTNs is under your nav. So that means basically what you're going to be working on is what? Nav.btns. You understand? So nav.btns. Okay. There shouldn't be a space here. Yeah, nav.btns. Now I'm going to give you the display of flex first. You understand? Just to make sure that it can now be centered and aligned to the center. So display of flex, then we're going to give you an align items of center just to make sure that this thing is well centralized. Now, as you can see, it is centralized. The only problem is that this one is too big so that you will probably be able to see, but we'll reduce this also. Now it is centralized. Do you understand it now? So then apart from that, there's also one thing that we need to note. There is a gap between them, a little bit of gap. So you can give it like a gap of 0.5 rem just to like implement that gap. So you can say gap of 0.5 rem. 0.5 rem is 8 pixels because that's half. And one rem equals to what? 16 pixels. So as you can see, we have the gap that we wanted. Now the next thing is what we need to work on the download TV. Now, first of all, right, I didn't say this yesterday because I was actually trying to meet a deadline yesterday. But first of all, you need to know that this contact that is here and this blog that is here, they don't even look alike. You probably noticed it. They don't look alike. So how then are they able to like get something that don't look alike, that don't look? How then can we actually get something like that? That's my question. How can we get something like this in our own code? But before then, I also need to ask, why don't they look alike? Let me see if everybody's following. Mr. Shegun, Mr. Pius, why don't they look alike? What's the problem? What's making them not look alike? Yeah, anybody? Mr. Gochi, Mr. David, and Mr. Vincent, please, I need someone to unmute and say something.
I cannot even spot the difference now.
Okay, you know what? Let me put it there. I want you to check this. I want you to check these links, check how it is, and check this link that are here. Have you seen the difference now? So, yeah, this is the design. This is our links. Now, check it out. Have you seen the design now? Have you seen the difference, rather?
Okay, I think
If you can't see the difference, okay.
I think the font.
Very good. That's the difference. The difference is in the font size. So you notice that this one is a little bit organized. This one is just like a normal font, right? And it is too sharp. It doesn't really look that nice or that good. You understand it now? So one thing that you need to do is that you need to give this a font. And as a front-end developer, you have to be very, very careful. You don't just give anything any font. You have to make sure that the font here matches the font in the design that was given to you. Do you understand it? The font in this place has to match the font that was given to you in your design. Now, if I click on this text, right? Say I click on it. Now, if I check the left-hand side here, let me only over on this contact. Good. If I check the left-hand side here, do you see where they wrote typography? Because I need responses in case you have you are using the same thing. If you go back, if you click on this contact, make sure that you select this contact. Now check your right-hand side. You should see typography. Can you see typography?
Yes.
Good. Who else is on their Figma? I don't know why this thing is small. It shouldn't be this small. Who else is on their Figma? All right. Now you should see typography. And in typography, can you see this place that they wrote Inter? Is everyone following me? Good. Please, in case I prefer that we all just speak up. In case you are seeing this, please just unmute and say something because I won't be able to see if you reacted or not. So just please unmute and say something. Yeah. Okay. Now this place in this typography basically talks about the font family that was used for this particular text, how bold that text is, the font size. It's just basically talking about the font. That's what this typography is. Now, this inter is a type of font. If you see, if I'm changing it now, can you say it's changing? If I'm trying to like select, it's changing. Please try not to change it on your end. But I'm just trying to show you something. Now, this inter is a type of font, right? But the problem now is if you come to VS Code and you try to say font family of inter, you might not see it. So if you come here now, let's come here and let's check it out. Okay, I think there is inter. There's actually inter on this place. But in some cases, right, you probably will not see inter or you will not see certain fonts. You understand it now? So how then will you be able to get the fonts that you want? So I'm going to explain that in our next in the next lesson. So I'm going to explain how you can get fonts that aren't in your VS Code, how you can get them and how you can use them. So now I've changed my own font to inter. All you have to do is go to the navbar and change the font family to inter. It's going to affect every single font on the navbar. Now, let me give another example. So if you look at this place now, this particular one, let me over on this hello I am. Now, as you can see, what's the typography here? Train 1, not inter. The font family here is what? Train 1. Now let's just say I want to give this place font family of train 1. Now let's see what we have. Train. So let's see train 1. Now let us check it out and let's see if we're gonna have it. Now as you can see, nothing happened. That's just to tell you that when it comes to all of these things, there are some fonts that you have to import. You understand? You have to bring it from an external device to your own personal code. But before then, we'll get there and we'll talk about that. I just need to know if we understand what we've been talking about so far. Please, if you understand, let me know. And if you don't understand, I can also answer your questions. Is it clear to us, please? Okay. Clear to Mr. Pius. What else is it clear to? What else needs more explanation? Mr. Vincent, Mr. David, is it clear to you, please? All right, so we can move on then. So as I was saying, right? Yeah. So as I was saying, right, we'll just give every single thing here, the family of inter, font family of inter, right? So that everything is well aligned. Now, moving back to this place, right? You can note that in the download CV, the text here is what? White. And I think this icon is a little bit smaller, right? But before then, let us work on the border of this place, on the border of that section, right? There is a border around it that has a pink color, and they have a little bit of space, a little bit of padding inside of it. So for us to do that, all we have to do, we'll come here. So that's in the BTNs, right? We're going to give it a border. Okay. So we're going to give it a border, right? Now, this border is going to have a border of 1 pixel. It's going to be a solid color, but it's not going to be white or black. It is going to be purple. Yeah, this particular color here. So we're going to hover on it, and I'm going to get, I think it's the color. I'm not sure. I think that's the color. Let me just copy it. So in case you need it, I'm going to drop it on the chart too. All right, so I'm going to paste this here. So hash this, then save. Now let us check it out and let's see what we have. Yeah, so that's it. So now we have the borders around it just like this. Now the next part is that it has to have a padding on the left, on the right, on the top, and on the bottom. But I think the padding to the left and right is more than the padding to the top and the bottom. I'm not sure of this, so we can just do it. So what we can do now is we can say a padding left and right of like 1 rem, padding top and bottom of 0.5 rem. So that's top and bottom 0.5, left and right 1 rem. So I can say, okay, as you're listening to me. So padding of 0.5 rem and 1 rem. Now, if you check it out now, we have the padding that we're looking for. So there's a padding to the top, there's a padding to the left, padding to the bottom, padding to the right. Now, the next one is to get the curved edges, right? We need to these curved edges. Now, how do we get these curved edges? It's also easy. We're going to use a property known as what? Border radius. I think we've talked about all of these things before. We're going to use border radius. I'm going to use border radius. So, how are we going to use the border radius? I'm just going to come here and say border radius of 10 pixels. And let us check what we have. Okay, I think it needs to be more curved. So I'm going to say 20 pixels instead of 10 pixels. Not 120, 20 pixels. Yeah, so I think it is well curved now. So yeah, I think we have what we wanted. So as you can see, we have the curved edges, we have the padding, right, inside of it. The only thing that's left is to change this download TV to a white color and to reduce the font size of this download button. Is this clear to everybody? Is it clear? Okay, so I'm going to give us time to write codes now because I don't want us to be lost. So I'm going to give us time to write code, probably just so let's say 5 to 10 minutes and 5 minutes rather. So if you have a question, please you can ask me in this period now, just so that I can explain it more. If you have a question, just go ahead and unmute.